Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be talking about the Mini Master. I'm going to revisit the Mini Master, NAA Mini Master 4-inch barrel. Let me show, first things first. So we are clear, nothing in the firearm, safe. So I just wanted to do a quick revisit of the Mini Master. I did do a shot shell test with its pattern, just 2 shots really quick. I also did a standing freehand accuracy test as fast as I can shoot, well, as fast as the range would allow me to shoot. And I also did a ballistic gel test on 3 different ammunitions here. I did the Hornady 45 grain FTX, I did the CCI Game Point, that's a 40 grain bullet, jacketed soft point, and I also, just for fun, did a 22 LR 20 grain 590 feet per second bullet. Now I'm guessing that 590 is out of a rifle, so you're going to get a lot less velocity. Very interesting results on that one, and we'll show the videos today on all those results. But first things first, I want to make a note really quick that the first test I did with the Mini Master years ago, as you can see in my videos, now that ballistics gel was essentially jello, so it wasn't calibrated, there wasn't anything special about it. I just made some gel overnight and shot at it. So those were the results of that. This time I spent a little bit more time, got the formula, and got as close to the calibration as required by the FBI for the 10% ballistic gel. I used 2 different molds from both were 9-inch molds, so a total overall length of 18 inches of gel. Now, like I said, the ballistic gel is closest to 10% as I can get. I shot it with a little steel BB and was right around the sweet spot of the required inches for that 10%. Okay, with all that being said, let's get into the testing. The first test is going to be the shot shell, 22 LR shot shell from different yards, 2 different yards. So I'll put those, how far I shot it from, in the each clip of the video. So check that out and we'll talk about it. As you can see, those weren't bad patterns for a 4-inch barrel. Those little shot shells are a lot of fun. I think they are awesome little critter dispatchers. I used it before on a rattlesnake. It was effective. It took 2 shots to completely dispatch the rattlesnake, but and I did have to get a little bit closer than I wanted to on the second shot, but it is effective. It does work. It's just a fun little round, I think. The pattern from the closer up was a lot more concentrated, and you can see that it does spread out pretty quick. However, it is a 4-inch barrel. I know they sell 22 mag shot shells. I haven't tried those out. Would like to try those. I ordered those. Unfortunately, it's taking a little bit longer to get here than I would like, but I will put a video out on those, or at least post some pictures on the results of the 22 mag. Okay, so the next video I want to show is shooting offhand the 22 Mini Master here, and this is with 22 mag ammo at the range, and I shot as fast as they would allow me to shoot. They want you to wait, I believe it's like 2 seconds or a second before each shot, but shot as fast as I can offhand just to kind of get an idea of where those shots are going and how I shoot this firearm. So check it out. As you see, not bad accuracy. I mean, this offhand, as fast as I can go. The trigger on this is very heavy, and it is not, I mean, it's not that big at all. It's hard to get your finger on there. Even with me with these smaller hands, it's You know, it's not easy. I do love this grip here. It does give me something bigger to hold on to. I know they sell more kind of smaller, but I prefer this bigger grip, especially with this small gun. It just gives me something to grab onto a little bit better. But that trigger is hard to get a good little grip on there, but it works. So that's the accuracy results from me shooting offhand. And what I do with this firearm as far as carrying, before we go into the ballistic gel test, I do want to say I do carry this pretty often. I mostly carry it when I'm doing yard work, or if I make a quick trip to the store and I'm going to grab some milk, I will throw this in my pocket with its holster. Now this holster, real quick, that I have for it, this is not made for the Mini Master. They sell them on their website at NAA. They're pretty expensive. So I took an old Glock holster I had here and just wet molded it around the Mini Master, and it works fine. I just throw it inside the waistband, carry, and it works great. I'm not, jogging with this on or jumping or anything like that, so it works perfect. And like I said, I carry it every so often, doing yard work, things like that. I'm very confident in its reliability. It's a very well made firearm, and in the ammunition choice. And I'll show you right now, we'll kind of lead into that, is why I'm so confident in carrying this and the ammunition that I choose. Now this does come with 2 cylinders, 22 LR and 22 mag. I carry the 22 mag most of the time, and I will explain that in a little bit later. Okay, on to the test. Okay, so the first round I shot through the ballistic test, and I'm very lucky to have found a range, an indoor range, who allowed me to do this. They gave me a time limit and ammunition restriction. I could not shoot full metal jacket using the ballistic gel, which is really unfortunate because that was what I wanted to shoot with the 22 mag, was the full metal jacket. But I was able to do some hollow point rounds, and the first one I did was the Critical Defense Hornady 45 grain FTX. This is what I carry with the Mini Master, and I'll show you why in a sec. So this advertises a velocity out of a 24-inch barrel of 1,700 feet per second. Out of a handgun, a little over an inch, 1 7/8 barrel, you're getting a muzzle velocity of 1,000 feet per second. This is what they're advertising. If I recall correctly, when I went out to chronograph this 4-inch barrel with this ammunition, I was getting mid 1200s was my average, so 1250 to 1275 feet per second out of the muzzle with the 4-inch barrel Mini Master and this ammunition, which isn't bad. Now, this is my primary choice of ammunition with the Mini Master because it is designed for shorter barrels. As with these other ammunitions that you're going to see, these are hunting ammunition. They are designed for the longer barrels, so the expansion is expected to happen at those higher velocities. Whereas the FDX tip, you can get some expansion out of these shorter barrels, and we'll see that right now. So here's the test of the Mini Master with FTX Hornady rounds. Here you go. Okay, as you see, the Hornady did get some expansion. I was really surprised that I did get some expansion as much as I did. It kind of mimicked the last test that I did. However, you did get a little bit better expansion on this one with the 10% gel. Now, as you see, those, like I said, those 2 blocks are 9 inches each, so a total length of 18 inches on those blocks. You see that wound track, that wound cavity there is pretty decent for a 22 mag. That would put a hurtin' on anybody. Now, as far as the penetration goes, the inches, this round took a dive at about 14 inches, and it kind of bounced up and landed on my backstop. I did have some layers of cloth, and it didn't even penetrate the first layer of cloth. It kind of just got stuck onto the first layer of cloth there. So I did do 2 more tests of every ammunition off camera just to confirm the penetration on each, and I did that because I did not want to cloud the ballistic gel with a bunch of shots and you not be able to see the wound cavities on the rounds. So I was averaging just about 15.5, 16 inches with this FTX, and I did each time get that expansion just almost exactly as the first one there. And that expansion there, as you can see, is about 0.35, 0.36 is what it was averaging there. So very good. I mean, 15, you could say 15.5 inch average penetration on that 10% gel, with the round expanding to about 0.36, and it did retain its weight. So it did retain about 45 grains there. One of them was a little bit heavier because it had some gel stuck inside the round itself. Okay, so the results, I'm pleased with it. That's why I carried in the 4-inch barrel. For a 4-inch barrel, you can't get much better than that. You're getting decent penetration at 15.5 inches. You're getting at least some expansion out of a 22 with the short barrel. So to me, it's just kind of the sweet spot. I kind of get the best of both, decent penetration and some expansion. So I'm really pleased with this round here in itself. One thing I do want to mention, as you can see, note that there's some unburnt powder on the front of that ballistic gel there. You can see that 22 mag just doesn't have enough runway there to burn all of its powder. So I'm sure out of the longer barrels you're going to get some better velocity and of course better expansion, dumping that energy a little bit better. So keep that in mind. Okay, moving on to test number 2. We have the Game Point 22 mag. Now this is averaging out of a barrel 24-inch, 1,875 feet per second for a 40 grain jacketed soft point. Now when I shot this into the gel, I do not expect much as far as expansion, because again, these are designed for those higher velocities. These are designed to meet that threshold of a certain feet per second to get expansion. So as you can see, check out this test and we'll talk about it after. So as you guys seen, the soft point failed to expand, which is expected. It's nothing on the ammunition itself. That is just what you get when you shoot it out of a 4-inch barrel. Now we did get pretty good penetration because there was no expansion. These things blew. The last 2 shots I did off camera blew straight through both ballistic gel blocks, so over 18 inches. The last one did take a little bit of a right turn, about 16.5 inches, but I'm guessing it would have just continued through that block as well. So as expected, no expansion on those rounds because they are designed for, you know, small game hunting, higher velocities. Very good option for a longer barrel. Okay, finally, we do have something that I just wanted to try out just for fun. Now this is the Aguila, I can never say that correctly, Aguila 22 LR. Now these are the 20 grain, these are very small lead bullets. They come in at 590 feet per second. I'm guessing that's from a longer barrel, so from this 4-inch it's probably going to be significantly less than that. I was just curious, just to see what this little 22 LR would do out of this. So guys, as you've seen in the video, it almost made it through that 9-inch block of gel. It just stopped. It was just about to peek out at the end there, which is really impressive for a 20 grain bullet. I was not expecting that to happen. I did do 2 more shots after, and they were essentially sitting next to that round there. So none of them made it out of the 9-inch gel block. I would not want to be on the other end of that. I mean, people, I'm telling you, they underestimate these 22s. You know, there are better options out there, absolutely. But even with those little minis, I would not want to be on the receiving end of that. I don't think anybody would volunteer to stand in front of that 22 LR round. And I do have to say, I did not test any 22 LR out of the hollow points out of the Mini Master, because I did do previously on my other video, but I mean, the velocities that are required for expansion with the 22 LR are not going to happen with this 4-inch barrel. As of right now, I don't know any ammunition of 22 LR that's going to expand with a 4-inch barrel. It's just not going to happen. They do make full metal jackets, and that's what I would suggest carrying if you were going to put the 22 cylinder in here and carry the 22s, because as far as expansion, it's going to be non-existent. So instead of expansion, you want that penetration. And I know Federal came out with the Federal Punch 22 LR ammo. That's something I would love to test in this. So my suggestion for the 22 LR in a Mini Master, something even shorter than this, would be look for something that's just full metal jacket. Whatever can penetrate the best. So if I do get a hold of those Punch 22 LRs, I would love to test those in some ballistic gel out of the Mini Master and see what kind of penetration we get. But the 22 Magnum, very surprising. Very happy with the Hornady's design of the FTX out of this shorter barrel. It did get some expansion there. It did get good penetration, and I am very pleased with that and very confident carrying that with my Mini Master. Now, one thing I do have to say as well with the 22 mag cylinder in here, it is loud. It's like a firecracker going off in your ear, so just keep that in mind. If you do ever have to use this or use it outside, make sure you have some hearing protection, because it is loud. The 22s, not so much, but with the 22 mags, and they are, I mean, they pop. So this last ammunition here is 30 grain VMAX, and I was going to test these out, but these again are, I mean, these are coming at 2200 feet per second out of a longer barrel, so these are moving. But my next test may be with this VMAX, and I mean, they're moving fast enough out of a longer barrel, so I'm assuming they're going to get good velocities out of the shorter barrel as well. Is it enough to get expansion? I'm probably going to say no, just because the way it's designed, and it has this ballistic tip here is pretty tough. I mean, it's not as soft as the stuff that's inside of the FTX tip. So we'll see with that. If there's any other testing you want to see me do as far as the 22 LR, 22 mag goes, or the Mini Master, please let me know. I would be happy to do that. I have a lot of fun making these videos, and over this, you know, last year or two with this pandemic going on, I did, you know, revisit the 22, and I have a couple 22 rifles, 22 Magnums, and 22 LR. The 22s have recaptured my heart, you could say. So I have a lot of tests coming up with those. If you would like to see these shot out of my rifle, the 22 mag rifle, into some ballistic gel, into some different mediums, just let me know and I can try that as well. So next week I do have a video coming out on my PSA AR 300 Blackout. Some people love them, some people hate them. I like mine personally. I haven't had any issues with that, so I'll talk about that PSA, what my thoughts are on the ARs, if the cheaper ARs are worth your money, or you should save up and buy a more expensive one. I do have some video showing the accuracy at 50 and 100 yards with the PSA shorter barrel. It's an 8.5 inch barrel, so look forward to that, and I will catch you all on the next one. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. God bless.